Hello, it's another video. It's close to midnight right now. Just spent a bit of time reading my book again to TikTok Live. I want to carry on reading it, so I'm going to read a bit to this video. We're on chapter 12 at the moment. If you're interested in what the book is, it's Wild Thing, the short spellbinding life of Jimi Hendrix. That nightmarish American Odyssey of '68 put an end to Jimmy's relationship with Chas Chandler and was the beginning of the end for the Jimi Hendrix experience. When Chandler first brought him to London, there had been genuine camaraderie between them. But wherever rock strikes it rich, camaraderie is always the first casualty. As many other managers have found, the more successful their artiste, the less secure their position tends to become, and the greater the debt their artiste owes them, the more easily forgotten. It seemed a very long time ago that Jimmy had followed Chandler's instructions in the recording studio without question. Now he made every creative decision for himself, aided by engineers who revered and adored him. He'd even begun to impinge on Chandler's territory by acquiring a discovery of his own. Heir Apparent, his erstwhile support band, so impressed him that he produced their album Sunrise as well as playing on several of its tracks. Finding himself virtually redundant in the studio, Chandler spent most of his time on the road with the experience, hating every minute. The colossal pressures of this last tour had begun to affect his health, most visibly in a bout of alopecia, a stress-related skin complaint which caused his hair to fall out by the handful. What had made him leave the Animals in the first place was to get away from touring, Trixie Sullivan recalls. And Jimmy didn't like having him around on the road either because Chas was still trying to tell him what to do. As the journey finally began tailing off, Chandler returned to London, where he was supposedly in charge of Mike Jeffries' office. But he hadn't any interest in running an office, he preferred being in the pub down the street. When Trixie next came over from New York, she found a scene of devastation. The phones had been cut off for non-payment of bills. The furniture, which Jeffrey always preferred to hire rather than buy, had been repossessed, and as a result of other long outstanding debts, bailiffs were in the process of distraining everything that was left. As she watched, one of them picked up a filing cabinet and dumped its contents, crucial paperwork relating to Jeffrey's artistes, including Jimmy, into a heap on the floor before removing it. The bailiffs had no objection to her rescuing the documents, which are still in her possession as her employer never asked for them back. Jeffrey had long been seeking a pretext to cut Chandler loose, and this was it. He told Jimmy the management partnership was no longer working and he must choose between them. Despite all that Jimmy owed to Chandler, it did not seem to cause him any great heart-searching. One day, Chas came in with a face like thunder, Trixie recalls. There was a huge shouting match between Mike and him. Then he went storming off and Mike said to me, "That's it, he's out." Chandler sold his interest in Jimmy for £300,000, equivalent to around £3 million today. His 2 years in the entrepreneurial Super League proved to have been no fluke. He went on to discover and manage the Wolverhampton band Slade, who had a run of hit singles in the early 1970s, to buy the famous IBC recording studios of London, set up various record labels and management companies, and co-found a 10,000-seat sports and performance arena in his native Newcastle. I've already read quite a lot, and I think I'm getting a bit tired of reading, to be honest. I can't really do much more than that. I mean, I could, but it's a lot of effort. Just woke up. I feel terrible. But on the bright side, I should get paid tomorrow. I'm feeling kind of sick. Went back to sleep for another hour. Now I feel a bit better. That's good. I had so much sleep paralysis for like the last hour of being asleep. I've just been aware that I'm asleep and trying to wake up, but just not being able to do so. And I was just telling myself the whole time, like, oh, I'm just gonna have to wait it out. Eventually, I'll just feel like being able to move, which is what happened. But I just spent all this time going through all these different dreams, thinking, I want to be awake, I want to be up, I want to be, alive. Anyway, I am now. And as usual, the first thing that I thought about upon waking up is London. That is all I seem to think about now. These days. Just picturing what it's like, or what it's going to be like to be back there. Picturing what I'm going to do. And that is really making me feel better. It's just the idea that that's my goal. I have a goal. That's good. But the goal is to be there. And why I want to be there is because if I wake up out and go out for a walk in London, there's so many people, there's no shortage of stimulation for the mind and for the body. More than that, though, I just want to be there amongst those people, being busy and active and just living life to the full. Anyway, it's 1 p.m. here in Chorley, and I'm gonna make some coffee. Sometimes I catch my own reflection in the camera and I look like this guy that I used to live with, called Matthew Power. Got my coffee. I'm so glad to be awake. After that sleep paralysis, I had it for ages. The feeling that I have is that I'm aware that I'm in a dream and I'm aware that I'm asleep and I can feel my body and I can almost see myself in like the sleeping position that I'm in. Almost like an out of body experience, like I'm looking at myself laying there and I'm aware that I'm asleep and I'm dreaming. But it's like I don't have any control over the ability to either move my own body or to wake up or anything. It's like I'm floating above my body somewhere and almost like it's no longer my body because I don't have any ability to make it do whatever I want it to do. And the whole time I'm just thinking, oh, I just want to move, I just want to wake up. I don't want to be in this dream. If I'm in a dream that I'm not liking, sometimes I'll realise I'm in a dream and then I'll just go, oh, I'm in a dream. I can just wake up and then it'll stop. I think I was having a lot of dreams that I wasn't liking throughout the night. But then also when I was waking up, I was looking around the room and going, oh no, not here. I don't want to be here. I don't like it here. I really hope that's going to be the significant change that comes from moving house, is that when I wake up, I actually look around the room and I'm like, oh yes, I'm here and I've got another day. Like just happy to be alive type vibes. I feel like when I'm in London, that's what it's like. Like I wake up and I'm just so excited to do whatever I'm going to do today. And I could go and do anything, but I just know it's going to be really good, whatever it is that I do. Saying that, I can't 100% ascribe magical powers to London as a city because I did get pretty depressed last time I actually lived there properly. But I do think I've figured out how to combat that now. And I do also now realise that is one of the great things about London, is if you just go out somewhere, anywhere, it's pretty hard to stay depressed because there's so much going on, there's so many people around, and just the fact that there's activity everywhere just sort of takes your attention away from the way you feel and sort of makes you snap out of it a little bit. I sort of realised eventually, like, it doesn't matter what you do whilst you're depressed, as long as you do something. You have to do something, but just do anything. Like, you could think, well, I mean, you get like, I would get like these conflicting patterns of thought, like, well, I could go out and get something to eat, but then I'd think, yeah, but I'm not hungry, I don't want anything to eat. But then I'd think like, well, I should just go out and get something to eat anyway, even though I'm not hungry. Because going out and getting something to eat is doing something, and that's going to be better than what I'm doing now, which is just thinking about and focusing on how I feel. Like, if you don't feel great, I would say just go and do literally anything that will just take you away from your own self a little bit and distract you. And that's where the possibility to feel better actually exists. Or at least that's what I did, and it seemed to work for me. And this is going back years now. I don't really get depressed now, not in the same way. I do still get depressed, but because I've sort of understood it a lot more, um, it doesn't affect me in the same way. I don't become as like emotionally affected by it. I just sort of have ways to work against it now. I really think that I love London just as a fantasy more than anything. It's something to think about to take my mind away from where I am, and gives me a picture of like where I want to go, with the idea that when I get there, it's all going to be better. Anyway, I'm up now. That's good, I guess. I'm going to try and make it good. The thing that I really enjoyed about yesterday was reading my book. So I'm thinking that might like to do more of that today. I can't be bothered to do it right, like quite just yet. But maybe in a bit. I think I need to energize myself first, like I was doing previously on the vlogs, spending a lot of time energizing myself. I don't know what to do right now. I'm watching a YouTube video. Just tried calling up two of my friends. They didn't answer. I could just go out for a walk. I don't really want to. I'm waiting until tomorrow when I've got some money. And then it'll seem like it's worth it going out for a walk. But, when I've got some money, then what I really need to do is get my laptop fixed, if possible, and /or pay for a Rightmove ad. I'm reluctant to do either of those things because I just want to have the money so that I can have a good month, because this last month has really been rubbish because I've had no money, because I had to spend it on the moving people. So I really don't know what to do now. I should really focus on trying to get the Rightmove ad so that I can get the house sold quicker. Or I might even have to swap estate agents. Back to the ones that I was using. I don't know what to do. But the house isn't selling. Well, not yet. I've had one viewing. I've had no offers. Now I'm thinking maybe I should have stuck with the other estate agent that I first had, because they said they were going to put it to auction. They even said they had 4 buyers interested, or potential buyers interested, like pretty much straight away. So yeah, now I don't really know what to do. I do still feel the same way that I'd really like to move. I do still feel like I'd definitely like to sell this house. But now I don't know whether I should pay for this ad for Rightmove or just try and swap back to the other estate agent. I don't know. I don't know how long to wait it out without any offers before feeling like I have to do something about it. That is the dilemma. So Lewis rang me back. Now I'm gonna go meet him in town. He told me it's very windy outside. It turns out he was correct. It is very windy. But I want to go out. I need some relief from the way I feel. And I feel like it's going to help me to go out. It's going to help me to feel better if I go out. I believe. I was really hoping that my house would sell a lot faster than it currently is. But you know what? If I have to wait, I will. I'm still invested in the idea. I think that's what matters, is sticking to that, not changing my mind on the long-term goal. But you know, I guess I just pictured everything going. Yeah, I guess it's not like that, or at least it's not as like that as I thought it might be. Obviously, because I'm excited about it, I just want it to happen straight away. But it's okay. Everything will happen when it happens, all within the right time, or within reasonable time. I don't know. It's some kind of phrase, I think it's windy it is. It's very windy. And yeah, me and Lewis, I don't think either of us have got any money, but we're still going to try and find something to do, even if it's just go for a walk. So I'm out and about now. I'm in the town centre. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hello.
What's going on today?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Joe. I'm still not saying it.
You can
Hello.
say my name.
Hello, Jimbo.
Hello.
What are you doing today, Jimbo?
I'm just shooting my video. Who's this little guy? Oh, is this little girl? Sorry.
Eating the bench.
Yeah.
You know her name.
Oh yeah. No, but you have to say things like this because it's for the sake of the video. Because people in the who watch the video, don't understand.
Her little name is.
So you have to act like you're introducing them to the audience, because the audience don't know him.
Okay. Right. Her little. The camera's not even pointing at me.
Okay, all right. I'll do it again. So who's this? Who's this little girl?
That's his. That's my little beautiful angel, Summer.
Okay.
She likes to eat benches.
She's so precious.
Oh, fair enough.
She
Isn't
enjoys
she so
benches.
precious?
How long have you had her for?
I've had her since she's around 2.5 months.
Oh, good.
And she's a little house rat.
All right.
But I
Okay.
love her.
Yeah.
No.
Just keep on your toes.
She nibbles my toes.
She nibbles your toes. Okay.
There is nibblement around my toes.
What about you? How are you doing today?
Me?
Yeah.
Who am I?
No. How are you? How are you doing today?
Oh, I am human
Still,
today, as I was yesterday, and
he might be tomorrow.
I'm alive. That's all that counts.
It's alive!
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know what's going on, but I'll keep you updated. I've just left town centre. I'm going back to my house. I got real thirsty, so I want to go get a drink. But because I ain't getting paid until I guess tomorrow, then I can't buy a drink right now. So I'm gonna go home just to drink some water and some coffee because I'm kind of thirsty. Also, it's very windy outside and it's not amazing. Although it's good to see some people and have a bit of a walk around, I feel like I've kind of had enough for today. So I'm gonna go home. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I got home. It's getting pretty terrible out there. It's so windy today. I didn't really have the energy for it. I did a bit of dancing on the streets. And that was enough for me, really. So now I'm back to the house. Back on the computer. I'm back to YouTube and TikTok. You know what? Coffee might just be the most disgusting tasting substance in existence. Well, okay, maybe not actually. Yeah, no, there's definitely things that taste worse. But it might be the most disgusting tasting substance that I actually consume on a daily basis. I don't like the taste of it at all. In fact, a lot of the time when I take one sip of it, I literally do this face. But I still drink it every day. So what's that all about? I don't know. I don't get it. Ooh, so, come back out again now. Even though it's windy and rainy. I only really went home because I wanted to drink some coffee and drink some water. And I had no money while I was in town to buy a coffee or to buy a water. So I went home purely for that reason. And I was thinking maybe about staying there. But then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I'd rather be out and about. So I'm gonna go see if I can find those guys again. I don't know where they're gonna be now. I tried ringing them, but we'll see if we can find them. However, before I do that, I'm gonna go grab an energy drink from the shop because I have managed to scrounge together about 50p, which is just about enough to get an energy drink. So I'm gonna grab that and then I'm gonna head off and I'm gonna see if I can find those guys again. I might not be able to, but if I can't, I might just head over to Carl's house and see if he's there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's been raining. I've been running. It's been good. I feel like a man. Yeah, that's right. I'm a man. Ooh, oh no. You're not allowed to be a man in 2026. Yeah, if that's what you think, you're a fucking idiot. Shut up. What does that even mean, you're not allowed to be a man? I don't even understand what that fucking means. That's like saying you're not allowed to exist, right? Well, here I am. It doesn't matter whether you have permission or not. It's gonna happen anyway. I am a man, whether I have permission to be or not. I exist, whether I have permission to exist or not. If I don't have permission to exist, you don't have to look at me for where the issue is. You've got to look at them. I'm not trying to take away anyone's permission to exist. Permission. As if I am able to give permission or take away permission from the existence of a person. It is the stupidest thing. But people have become incredibly stupid. It seems like most of that gets directed onto Twitter. A lot of it gets directed onto Facebook, and then a good percentage gets directed onto TikTok. But TikTok's alright with me. As soon as I scroll onto a stupid TikTok, I've only got to hear a few seconds sometimes from like, okay, see you later, dummy. And I just block them straight away. Because I'm not interested in hearing any more stupid opinions. There's too many of them. It's getting a bit out of hand. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think you are absolutely perfectly justified to judge people for a conscious decision, a choice that they make. And I think it's totally within your rights to have an opinion about that. But if you're going to criticise somebody
which, when it's not even them, on a characteristic they just so happen to be born with, and therefore they didn't choose, then you're not very intelligent. That's all I'll say about that. You are not very intelligent. And the issue, I think, is with people sort of coming out with like broad opinions on social media, which are basically effectively supposed to be personal attacks on an individual, based on the characteristics they perceive as being their triggers or their points of contention. And I can understand to some degree why people do that out of frustration, but it's not the kind of opinion you should really try to defend. You should just be able to let that go and say, yeah, I'm wrong, I was being stupid, I don't really think that, rather than to turn around and be like, no, that's what I believe. It's like, wow, you've started digging the hole, and you're just going to keep going, whether that fucking hole buries you alive and kills you or not. And that proves that you are a bit of a dummy, not being willing to change your views, not being willing to change your opinions for the sake of trying to save face, as if you could or even should hold a particular set of beliefs steadfastly, unwaveringly for your entire life. It's not even possible to do that. I absolutely 100% question a person's ability to actually even do that. You're going to change your mind at some point about something that you think, even if you think it strongly, even if you believe it to be, you know, a fact that will never change. You will at some point change your mind, I can assure you right now. So yeah, I basically do just think that sexism is just a stupid opinion. It's not very clever. It doesn't take a lot of factors into consideration, whether that's coming from a man, an individual, or that's coming from a woman, an individual. I would just say that individual is not really exercising their intelligence to the best of their abilities. Alright? Check out this little machine. You can exercise whilst you're behind your computer. Pretty sweet, hey? Oh. I've just been at my mate's house for the last few hours talking. And now I'm just running back home through the park. Still got a way to go. I'm desperate for a pee. It's Thursday night now. Oh wait, what am I talking about? I didn't mean to say that. What I meant to say is I'm about halfway home now. Just heading back to my house. And yeah, it is a Thursday night. I guess that was the next thing I was going to say. So it's not really that busy. It's coming up to like 1 AM now. I've seen a few random people about, I guess drinkers and stuff like that, but I think the majority of them are going to be doing that tomorrow and Saturday, which I usually try and stay away from. I usually try and avoid being out and about at those times. I'm not a big fan of all that at all, really. But anyway, I've managed to avoid most of it now, and now I'm just heading back to the house. Not exactly tired yet. I'm actually pretty energetic, but I'm see how long I manage to stay up for. I don't really know how long it will be. Might be half an hour, might be more, I don't know. I had a couple of glasses of cider while I was out, but not much more than that. I was sort of vaguely waiting to get paid because sometimes it goes in at midnight, but I checked it at around midnight and there's nothing in there yet, but it'll probably go in tomorrow morning. That is what I did say to the person that was asking me about that, saying it goes in at midnight, but it doesn't go in at midnight from my experience. Usually goes in about 7, 8 a.m. Anyway, so I'm gonna go back to my computer and just get back in the chill out zone. Stick the tunes back on and I guess just relax for a bit more, listen to some music and then see how long it takes before I start getting sleepy. Like I said, I'm feeling pretty energized right now, but that is because I am moving and I'm well aware that it can quite often be the case that once I sit down I tend to lose a bit of the locomotion and I just tend to relax a bit. I do need to relax a little bit. I started getting a little bit fearful towards the end of hanging out just then, because I don't know, we started to get into some conversations about the peculiarities of very complicated situations, and I started getting rather uncomfortable with some of the ideas we were discussing. So eventually I decided to get going, which I guess was inevitable. I had to leave at some point, had to choose to leave at some point. And it was just getting later and later in the night. I mean, it's already like 1 a.m. I was thinking that basically I'd sort of wait until money got into my account and then we were going to go out to the 24-hour garage and get some more booze, but that would mean like most probably staying up all night, which I think I was kind of up for when we were having quite good conversations and it was quite productive. But then the conversation just started taking a dark sort of turn, and I don't know, I just started finding it unpleasant and I got very uncomfortable, so I decided to get going. Anyway, I'm on the home stretch now, not too far away, but when I get back, what I've actually got to do is stick this camera into the computer, then upload the footage then edit it, then export it, and wait for it to export, then upload it to YouTube, and then I can go to sleep while it's uploading to YouTube. That's probably going to take me, I would guess, at least like 2 hours. So I could be up to 3 AM as it is. So I may still be doing a bit of an all-nighter, but basically by myself with my camera, not with the dudes that I was with. Anyway, yeah, so this is probably going to be the end of today's video. We're saying good night today out on the street, which is a little bit different. But thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow for more vloggy vlogness.